Yeah, because basically we have like a brief with all this stuff to it was good. Yeah.
All right, time to get this started. I was just looking at the comments in the YouTube in the stream, and it looks like some of you are talking about the snow. We're in New Orleans right now, so obviously there's no snow here. But I'm from Indiana, so I keep getting messages from my family saying that the snow is coming down, and so I'm seeing that Jillian is talking about snow in Illinois, and Gretchen said that it stopped in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So lots of snow going on. If you're watching this on the replay, by the way, welcome. We're doing this presentation called Teachflix. It's about the website that we've created that has lots of teacher-created videos. I'll talk all about it in the session here. And so you could access the slides and all the resources at ditch.link/FETC23. So we're doing this live. We got some folks here that are going to be watching, but I'm going to be streaming with you also. So they're so kind. They didn't have it. Okay. All right. Hey, how's it going? Hi, how are you? Good. Hello there. And so welcome everyone. We're going to be doing this presentation today called Teachflix. Does this look like a product that you're familiar with in your day-to-day life? Maybe a little bit?
Every day.
Yes, yes. So free videos and activities to engage your students. This is a free resource that we created at Ditch That Textbook. And the reason I want to present it here, because obviously we're here in the Samsung booth at the FETC conference in New Orleans. I'm live streaming to all the nice folks that are at home and the ones watching in the replay. Hello there. And the reason that I wanted to do this presentation here, because we're at the Samsung booth, is because we're doing all of this. I'm surrounded by all of these Samsung interactive displays that are big and bright and colorful. And when you're talking about videos and displaying them, when you've got a great big display like that, everybody in the room gets to see it clearly and kind of like experience it themselves, which, kind of makes a difference. And so this is a really nice fit for that. So I'll be doing this presentation on an interactive display from Samsung. So let's dive right into this. Hello, my name's Matt. I taught high school Spanish for more than 10 years, like it said. Author of 5 books, including Ditch That Textbook, which is my website and my blog and my email newsletter and all of the things. That's the reason I've got a little trash can on my lapel right now. And now I work with teachers at conferences like this and in schools and school districts doing professional development and create cool things that support teachers. That's me. And when I was teaching high school Spanish, I knew the value of a good instructional video, like we probably all do, right? And like you probably do too. But before we get too much into that, I want to talk about fishing expeditions. I know this sounds sort of weird, but like go with me on this. Because I think we've all probably done a version of this where we start fishing for teaching resources on Google. Right? Because we probably all experienced this in some way. We're getting ready to teach a lesson, and we want to go see if there's something that a teacher has created out there. Maybe we can download their PowerPoint slides, or maybe we can find just the right video, or maybe there's a template or a worksheet or something that we can make a copy of, and all of a sudden, oh, I don't have to do it because somebody else did it for me, right? And on some of those fishing expeditions, you sit in the boat and you put in your line, and there's a big tug. And you haul in a great big fish, exactly the resources you're looking for. You're like, oh, this is going to save me days of work. This is fantastic. And then other days you're sitting in the boat and you're like, not catching anything, right? You look and you look and you look and you feel like you've wasted some time because you didn't find anything that you could use, and now you still have to go make the resources anyway. Fishing expeditions, can you relate? Yeah, you can probably relate. So what if we didn't have to do that? What if a lot of those were in one place? That's what we're going to get to in a moment. Let me give you the reason why we're doing this about videos. It's because our students live on YouTube, right? Pew Research during 2022 showed that 95% of teens in the United States report using YouTube. 99%, 19 out of 20, right? I don't know what that 20th kid is doing with their time, but It's not being on YouTube, you know. Now, if I think about my own kids, I've got 3 kids, a junior, a freshman, and a 7th grader. And I think about when they watch YouTube. Yeah, they watch some mindless stuff, but they learn a lot of stuff on YouTube too, you know. Like my 7th grade son, he's really into disc golf right now. And so he'll watch all of these instructional videos on how to throw the discs to get more distance, and how to control them, and what all the different discs are, and like all of that stuff. And so he's learned a lot just from having done that. And a lot of kids are that way too, I think. So if we look at this, it's not just, sure, there's lots of mindless, dumb stuff that they watch, but there's a lot of, you know, good, nourishing, educational stuff that they watch here too. So I think there's credibility for having this session about video. So like I was saying earlier, what if we had a central location for classroom videos, and not just the ones that like the companies say that you should watch? Have y'all ever watched those before? Like sometimes people are like, oh, we've got this set of videos, you should totally use these in the class. And you watch them and you're like, my kids are never going to watch this the whole way through. They're going to be making fun of me if I have to play this in front of class. I taught high schoolers. Like that's like life, right? But instead, if we had some stuff that teachers actually used and put them all in one place, this is a great big setup for the big red slide. That's pretty much what we've created through Ditch That Textbook, is this website called teachflix.org. It's full of all of these instructional videos, classroom videos that teachers have submitted to us. They've submitted them to us and said, this is one that I use in my classroom and I love it. And we're like, okay, we'll put it on the website. This one I use in my class. This one I show my students and I love it. Okay, let's put it on the website. And so the way we built Teachflix, did I mention how much Teachflix costs? It's free. That's right. Did you guess that? It's free. Completely free. And so the way we built it was we wanted it to kind of feel a little bit like Netflix. In that you can search for what you're looking for. So we've got a search box where you can type in some keywords. We've got the grade level section here where you can kind of like filter content by elementary school, middle school, high school. And then we've got content areas too. And we've got, oh my gosh, there's going to be a marching band walking right by our session. I can't believe this. Okay, hang on just a second. We're going to deviate for just a moment, okay? If you guys are watching this, I got to take you over here and show this. We'll get back to Teachflix in just a second. This is what happens when you come to a conference, you're in the vendor hall. Stuff like this happens. They just wander in and start walking in, and what am I going to do? That's why teachers roll with the bunches. Yes, exactly. Kristen was like, follow the band in the comments. I mean, I might as well, because I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear me over the band. But they're just like walking their way through the exhibitor hall. So, yeah, I'm going to try to get back at this and finish up this last session, because that's really what you came for. But you got an extra surprise. You got to see the band in New Orleans. This is something that you only get usually when you show up to the place. This is one of those like little surprise and delight things that they throw at you every once in a while. So, oh my goodness. Okay. Usually we try to control this as best as we can so that you guys can hear me, but that you can hear me as well. So I don't know how well this will come through, but I'm just going to pretend like you can hear me. I'll keep going, okay? Wow. Anyway, let's get back to Teachflix real quick. Are we centered okay? Yeah, adjust it if you need to. Okay, so we were talking about kind of like what the main page looks like. If you click through and you start diving into the website, this is what one of those content area pages looks like. This is the science page. And what's kind of cool about it is that you can use these filters to filter by elementary, high school, middle school, or by sub-content area, like subtopic. Earth science, engineering, life science, physical science, physics, popular science misconceptions, and space science. So if you just want videos of one of those things, you click the little checkbox and it displays only that. Then get student at, oh yeah, this is the video page. So if you click on one particular video, it's got the video embedded right there, and you can just full screen it right there. Put it on your interactive display here. Actually, one of the cool things about this is that if you put it on an interactive display like the Samsung one, and you get to a point in the video and you want a screenshot of it, let's pretend like we're watching this video and we want a screenshot of it. What we do is we hit the note on button, and then it like captures what's going on the screen right away, and then you can draw on it. Or what you can also do, if I hit restore, do you see that capture button right there? So while the YouTube video is playing, I hit that capture button and it's going to take a screenshot of whatever's on the video at the moment. And then I can take that, I can take this image, and then of course I can, if it's on, yeah, there we go. Let's change the color. And if I want to, actually let's make it purple. There we go. And so if I want to like draw arrows or circles or something, or right, I can just take that screenshot right off of the video and I can do whatever I want with it, which is kind of cool. Okay, anyway. Let's get back to the video. You got the video page where you can show it. This is the good stuff, this next part right here. Because a lot of times, as teachers, we'll be like, okay, I got the video. The video is good, but I need my kids to do something with it. Like, do you have something that I can do with the video? And the answer is yes. Because with each one of these videos, we've got a packet of activities that you can assign to your students, kind of like copy and assign to your students. You hit this little red button right here, and it advances. Wait, activities? Yes. This is the kind of stuff where, you might go off to a site like, I don't know, have you heard of this thing called Teachers Pay Teachers? And you go find those activities and you got to pay for them? No, we're not going to pay for those. So if you hit that little button, it's going to pop up this screen that says free video activities. You put your name and your email address in it, and then it's going to give you a packet of these activities that you can use. So let's take a look through some of them. And by the way, if you're watching this at home, first of all, you can go to teachflix.org and you can get access to all these videos and all of these activities. You don't have an interactive display like this that you can put it on where you can capture screenshots and mark up on them and everything. Like, you might want to look into that. I don't know. But social media templates, this is one. This is something that we have on our website where it's like, they're like Google Slides files, but they look like the Airbnb website, right? Which is kind of cool. It looks like Facebook. It looks like Yelp. So what if you have students do activities related to the video that look like some of those social media sites? Say, for instance, you're watching some sort of video that's related to a place. To have students show what they know about that place, what if they made a fake Airbnb listing from that place, talking about how far away it was from different things that they've learned about and some of the different features about the place that they learned in the video? What if you had them do a Facebook post with a picture from the video and you're telling people about it in the Facebook post? Then they could pretend to be their friends or their family, go down in the comments and see how people would react to it. It's kind of like one of those authentic ways to have students show what they've learned, and they don't have to get on any of these social media apps. They can just do it, What else have we got? The storyboard. If you want them to think like a YouTuber or a TikToker, so let's just be honest, like all of them think that they're going to be YouTube and TikTok influencers, am I right? Like at some point deep down, they really think that they are. So what if we take some of those screenshots we were talking about? Have students take screenshots from, stick them into the storyboard, and then have them summarize it. So it's almost like reverse engineering the video, the same way the YouTuber might imagine what the video is going to be like. Or you could have them watch that video in the first place, and then you could say, okay, if you were going to make a video, how would you storyboard it? Like, how would you plan it out ahead of time? That's another template that you can use along with these videos too. Now, what's also cool about the interactive display is that we can take one of these templates up here on the screen, and we can do the same thing that we were just looking at, which is to capture an image. And then from here, let's go ahead and merge the image. We're going to get rid of this one right here. There's the image. We can erase all of the stuff around it. And now we've got that template. And so now what do? We take this and we erase some of this dummy material. And we can either draw it in ourselves, and then if we make it big enough, we can write some of that text in here, and we can kind of do the activity with them, or kind of like model it for them right up there on the screen. Of course, you can pull images in too. So if you have images saved, or if you do like an image search or something, you could stick those into that little spot. I know I made this really small, but you could put this like full screen, and that would totally work too. Sorry, I just keep nerding out about some of the cool things you could do with this board that like integrate so nicely with it. I guess that's kind of why I'm here, in a way, sort of. YouTube channel. This is, again, kind of thinking like a YouTuber. We have the video description, which is a good way to have students summarize what they just saw in a short amount of words. So having them do an activity like that could be kind of cool too. The quiz maker. This is another template you can use. And this is neat when you have all the students do like one question. You say, okay, come up with a question that could have come from that video. Give me 4 plausible answers and make sure that I know which one's the right one. Have them turn it in. First of all, they start to see learning from a different perspective, the perspective of the quiz maker instead of always being the quiz taker. But then secondly, you can take all these questions and stick them into like a Kahoot game. Now they're all student-created questions, right? So it's not just stuff that the teachers created, this is stuff that the students have created too, which is awesome. The 3-2-1 protocol. This is like one of those simple things that you can do with, not just with videos, but with lots of things. 3. Write down 3 things that you learned or 3 takeaways from the video. 2, jot down 2 questions that you still have. 1, describe 1 thing you liked about the video. It's just like having students reflect on what they've learned after it's all over and done with. And the nice thing about the 3-2-1 protocol is that you can keep it in your back pocket, and you can have students do this for just about anything that they learn, as like an exit ticket afterwards or as a reflection or something. These are all things that are in that activity packet that goes with all of those videos. And so with all of that, that kind of begs the question, okay, so we've got just a couple of you. I'm gonna throw you this question. If you got answers to it, that's great. And if not, then no is an acceptable answer. If your students are, and I'll ask this to all of you, and feel free to write this into a comment if you want to in the YouTube video. But if you're showing your students videos, like what kind of stuff might you have them do to show that they understood the video or anything that they learned? Do you guys have anything? You got something?
Kind of like the 3-2-1, the KWL.
Oh, the KWL. Yeah. And what the K is, what do you know? What do I wonder? What did I learn? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, KWL. We could have definitely stuck one of those in there too. That's really good. Did you have anything? Oh, an ed puzzle. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, taking one of those videos and sticking it in there so that the students answer questions that like interrupts it and everything. And another thing, so students could do that on their own device, right? And go through it on their own. You could always put it up on a display and kind of like do it as a class-driven thing and have a discussion about what they think the right answer is. With the ed puzzles too, you can have students create them as well. Did you know this? That's another option that kind of goes along with that as well. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Jeanette, you got anything to throw in on that? Like, if students are watching a video, what could they do with it afterwards?
Oh, they can
put you on the spot.
No, not at all.
I usually do that with my videos. When they create something, I have them evaluate how they can improve on the video. So I'll put like the links like on a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And then everybody has access to the videos. And then they can click on their friends and say, okay, this one you need to like not stutter. Or this one you need to add more content.
This is if students are creating the videos.
Correct.
Okay, this is really good. What she was saying was if students have created videos, she has a spreadsheet with the links to all of the student videos. And so they're able to go watch each other's stuff, right?
Right.
And then they can leave each other feedback on how they can improve on it and what they liked about it and like all of that stuff, right? Yeah, that's cool. The other thing I like about that too is if you have students who have created videos and they have them on their own devices, these displays have this thing, let's see if I can get it on, there we go. This thing called Smart View Plus. And so if students have all their stuff on their own devices, they can cast their device up here on the screen and show it. So if they pull up their video, then all they do is they either from a mobile device or from a PC, they use this to connect to the board. And then once they're on, they show up here. See how these are all kind of like gray, but they start to show up here. And then the teacher can pick, I want this person to go hit display now, and it full screens them. You can put as many as 4 people up there. No, as many as 6 people at a time. So I could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 display. Put all 6 of them up there if you want to. So having students, you could do that with the videos that they create. But of course, if we did any of these, templates or activities with the videos and they're on the students' devices, like go throw those up there too, which is pretty cool. So, okay, good deal. Well, that just about does it. Well, yeah, I think I'm done with my slides. So I will say real quick as we wrap this up, for you all that are here in the audience and those of you that are watching, if you go to ditch.link/FETC23, that's got resources to all of the sessions that I've done at FETC, the ones that I've done here in the Samsung booth, that I did out in the conference, and like everywhere. So you can go to ditch.link/FETC23. It'll have slide decks. It'll have video replays of lots of my sessions and all sorts of goodies. So hopefully that's helpful to you. All right. Did you guys enjoy it? It's good. Yeah. Good. All right. Thanks so much. Thanks everyone for being here.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it too. Oh, before I finish, okay, here I'm going to turn the microphone around. I know you all can't see me, but I'm looking through at the comments. And so Carrie says, this is real quick before I finish this off. She says, love that you created this Teachflix site. I've shared this with our entire diocese, 30 schools in Nebraska. That's awesome. Oh, the sketch notes. Jillian said the sketch notes. Rachel, I'm getting requests for the sketch notes. Okay, there's Rachel right there. Wave to the people. She's our sketch note artist. And they're like, hey, don't forget the sketch notes. If somebody watched this earlier, they knew that my stuff is being sketched. There's the one for this one. I hope I'm not too close to the microphone. Oh, yeah. Thanks.
That was great. Plus, if you got to see the earlier session with the 10 ways to be
efficient teach. Yeah, that's right.
I feel like what's so efficient about this
Yeah.
is using templates that are evergreen versus creating templates for a video.
Yeah.
I think we get in that mindset of like having to create something brand new every single time we do something.
Yeah, they're like evergreen that you can use over and over again. I'm just now, for those of you that are still watching, I'm just now seeing in the comments, you're like, oh yeah, we can still hear you just fine. Thank goodness. So, all right. Well, just got a chance to flip through some of the comments. Thank you all so much that stayed until the very end. Hope that you enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. And again, like I said, ditch.link/FETC23 to get all of those resources. Oh, there it is right there. I'm going to zoom in on it. There you go. All right. You'll enjoy your day. Thanks so much.